Good Wednesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network and the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage of the Midwest Truck Series tonight. Everything's bigger in Texas. Texas Motor Speedway, 25 drivers have checked in for racing action this evening. Out here getting a little bit of warm-up time in. We've been in the server for a few minutes. Kind of keeping an eye on a few drivers. Looking at some of the different paint schemes. There are a few drivers who have changed from last week's paints. And a guy that was the quickest in the session up until just a few moments ago, Brock Bigelow in the 27 car. Justin Durand in the 23. Not on track at the moment, but he went out there and went 3 100ths quicker than Mr. Bigelow. We have a lot of drivers. Some of them, I think I saw Russell Harold's name last week. I'm pretty sure I saw that 79 truck. I had a couple that I don't recall seeing from our show at Watkins Glen last week, but we got another driver checking in. There's Kitzman, the winner last week. Finally dropping into the server. It's my favorite truck for the evening. And we just also happen to have Jesse Macy's truck in there as well. But that Ham's Beer truck, I am old enough to remember when that was a thing. And to see the Ham's Bear on the truck is... I remember weekends at the lake and seeing Ham's Beer in the cooler. Uh-oh. He just wadded that beer can up. We jinxed him. Riley Fiddler had us back in the 69. That car is very metallic. Looks really good. Travis Edwards right behind him. Travis was at last week's show. I remember seeing the Ricky Bobby special there. Keep taking a look. We're going to go for our pre-race ceremonies here momentarily. Oh, our buddy KR Stolfus. Y'all will have the pleasure next week of having KR call the next race as I will be out. I have to have a procedure, and I will not be in any kind of mood to sit and call a race. I may sit and watch, but I will definitely not be able to sit and call one. Here comes Kitzman finally. Wins last week in dominating fashion. He won that race by 30 seconds, and now he'll make his way onto the racing surface, and we'll get ready to go to opening ceremonies. And when we come back, these guys will be getting ready to qualify. So don't go anywhere. Just sit back and enjoy this. Hey, hey. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Back after that amazing flyover from Hoorah Flyovers. We're watching that truck go around. I was saying that I might have to have sunglasses to watch this truck very much tonight. Man, that thing is bright. There is a lot going on. That's plenty to take in. Bill, we've started working on the ordering process for our shirts, so you should be getting one. I'll let you know when it gets ready to mail out. Tiny Dancer in the house. And then here we go. There is our 52 fans. Jesse Macy. YouTube and Facebook so far. If you're on Twitch Trovo, say hi. We can see you. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, hit the subscribe button. And if you're on Facebook, like, share, and follow. You know every time we go live. A lot of drivers on track. Rolling out for their qualifying. Kitzman, last week's winner. We will try to see where he shakes out here at Texas. He absolutely decimated that field over there at Watkins Glen last week. Oval racing, a little bit different animal. On the clock for the first time. And this driver not on the clock yet. We don't watch drivers that are on the clock right at the moment. We'll go find Jesse Macy here shortly. We'll go find, probably a Stephen Pearson, Justin Durand. We'll go find him as well. First lap for Kitzman. Out of 4 all the way to the fence. Cuts it back down low. And Jesse Macy 30 flat. Kitzman a little slower. Combo went quick. Corey Blevins now goes quick at 29.70. Brock Bigelow, and he was quick in the practice session until the very end, and someone clipped him. He's 29.66. Pearson went 29.77. Kip Easley there at about a 29.82. Now Kitzman, second time around, moves himself to third quick. Blevins jumps back on top. Easley right up behind. Let's see where Bigelow's going to time in. He did not go quicker than Blevins. In fact, almost the identical same time. We're going to go down to the thousands, and it wouldn't have mattered because Durand topped them all. Why do I not have... There we go. Now we got vehicle sound. Felt like I was losing my truck sounds for a minute, and it's just because the microphones were turned down on some of the cameras. I was wondering if you got in there because I didn't see your name in the list of drivers, Mr. Vinny. Do you regret that late pit stop last night? I got to ask you. I didn't get a chance to talk to you after the race. Nick Lamb, 62 truck in, or 67, I'm sorry, 67 truck in here. Saw him join a little bit late for the qualifying session. He was in the server, just went out super late. He's going to be about the only car on track right now. Everybody else done. And Durand is the quickest. Blevins, Bigelow, Easley, and Spalding are the top 5. Pearson, Kitzman, Henning, Haddisbeck, and Patchen. Top 10 in the qualifying session. We will see where Lamb shakes out right here. First lap, 29.86. That's good enough for 13th fast. Looks smooth getting into 3. See where he shakes out coming out of 4. He goes right out to the outside lane. He's on a good line. We'll see if this lap is quicker. He does move to 6th quick, 29.69, so about 12 100ths off of the pole. He bumps Stephen Pearson, Kitzman, Henning, and so on down. So that is it for qualifying. Now we wait for these drivers to get ready. I don't know. They may have a couple minutes of warm-up. That may be when they do their driver. They may have done the driver's meeting pre-qualifying. Either way, it's 70 laps tonight. That's where we're going. Let's take a quick look. Well, what does the track look like? Well, it's 70 degrees with 95. It's nearly raining in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Obviously, skies are a little cloudy. The wind is way up, blowing at 22 and gusting higher than that. Track temperature has come down since I entered the room. It was 72 or 73 when I got in here. It's down to 71 now. So it'll be a lot of grip. These guys should be ready to get at it. 60 laps. I thought it was 70. It's 60. Well, let's look at our starting lineup. Justin Duran with the quick qualifying time, 29.565 over Corey Blevins. That's the 24 car, row number 1. Row 2, Brock Bigelow in the 27 and Kip Easley in the 21. Kevin Spaulding, 25 car, Nick Lamb, the 67. They make up row 3, splitting up the teammates. The 83 of Steven Pearson will start next to Shelly Kitzman in the 37 in row number 4. Row 5 will be Steve Henning in the 12. And O'Reilly Fiddler Hattisbeck in that number 63 truck. Make up a row 5. Row 6 is the 4 of Sean Patchen and Travis Edwards in the 35. Shane Haar, the 22. Orion Kamba, the 204. That's your 7th row. Your 8th row will be Todd Bear in the 40. He'll be next to Dakota Dennis in the 19. Russell Harold, the 79, makes up the inside part of a row number 9 next to Jesse Macy in the 52. And our 10th row, the 75, Austin Householder, and he'll have the 39 of Craig Bristol on his outside. Then Eliza Fisher in the 2, Frank Ranger in the 17. That is row 11. Row 12, Michael Everett, the 8, and Rick Gibson in the 38. And our final row, Hugh Escobar, 72 truck on the inside, Sean Green in the 271 on the outside. Drivers will roll off of pit road, and a very unique roll off. Only a few tracks that you let them start like that. So Teresa Fisher, I'm going to go with a Team Penske fan, because those are all the Penske numbers. We should get the field tightened up, headed up the backstretch here, because that pace car is going to drop off right there in turn number 4, and we are going to get ready to get this thing kicked off and going. See everybody trying to get them doubled up. They want to get up here a little tight. Survive the first 2 or 3 laps. Let the tires come to temperature. We're probably going to see some really, really good racing. Pit stop should be a factor. They should be able to make it roughly halfway, and then they should have to pit. Tire strategy is going to determine if you spend a short time or the full time on pit road, because 2 or 4. We're going to get ready to go green right here. We are into the start zone.
Green flag, green flag.
And the green flag flies. Midwest Truck Series at Texas Motor Speedway underway. Great start for Duran. He's going to grab the point quickly. It's going to be Spaulding and Easley fighting for third right here. Spaulding has the inside. He should prevail out of 2. He'll hold it right down the middle. Good run for Easley on the high side. Still not settled between those two, and they're 2 wide behind that, Lamb and Kitzman. And now Easley gets ahead of Spaulding. Here comes Lamb. Lamb's got a good run out of 2. I think Spaulding broke his own momentum. And it may cost him several spots here. He lost third. He's going to lose fourth, and he may lose fifth because Kitzman moved to the inside, and Pearson is tucked right in behind that. Got a couple of trucks too wide behind that battle. Looks like Henning is part of that deal. He gets singled out now. So we'll drop back to Patchen's truck, and he is in a 4-wide battle. Oh, there's contact. This may get wild. Oh, Patchen. He did everything he could to save that thing. He just was not able to keep the truck. That tap right there, and he goes down and taps the 22, and then just out of control. The guys behind him really had nowhere to go, could not get slowed up. And the 40 of Bear, Patchen. Bristol's the one that hit Patchen really hard. He's lost the tailgate cover to that truck. And we'll get down here and look. He's got, well, he doesn't have that much in the way of front end damage, which is, oh, right front damage maybe. Yeah, it looks like the right front is pushed in just a little bit. So, we got started. We got a couple of laps, and then we got Calamity down in turn 3 tonight. All right. Let's get them squared away and lined up. I think some guys are trying to figure out where they're supposed to be. We know Durand and Blevins are 1-2. Easley is 3. I think Lamb had gotten around Spalding and maybe Kitzman as well. And then Pearson behind that. Henning, Hattisbeck, Edwards. I thought Campbell was going to be in the middle of that mess, and he avoided it. Har, Macy, Dennis, Harold, Gibson, Green, Escobar, Bigelow, and Everett are our top 20. Right, Ranger, Bristol, Fisher, 21, 22, and 23. And then Householder coming off pit road. Bear's coming off too, and he is waiting for the field to pass down here on the apron in turns 1 and 2. I think Patchen's day very well could be finished. That truck, yeah, we're not going to get a good look at that. That thing is front, back, right side. He did everything he could to save it. He just got a little help getting around. So we'll get back out here. Looks like we're going to double up. Lights are off on the safety car. We're going to go back to green flag racing. We never trust the ticker. It may be counting the laps, which is fine. But we won't know for sure until they go green and take a full lap. Because sometimes when you don't count green flag laps, or yellow flag laps, I mean, it still counts them until we restart. Yeah, everybody's doubled up. They're ready to get back at it. Only truck not on the track. And he's actually back on the track. He is just rolling off of turn 2. Patchen got back out here. So we'll get ready to restart. All right, pace car's out of the way. We'll wait till we hit the restart zone, which is the Geisco restart zone.
Green flag, green
and
flag.
we'll get the green flag and another good start for Durand. Man, he is perfect on those starts. And when he's all by himself, half a second out in front. Blevins is good at getting around the guys behind him. He's good enough to get there on those starts, so he is able to secure second. Easily right behind. Lamb and Kitzman are battling for fourth now. Kitzman has the advantage. Lamb will go by. Here comes Pearson. He's working on Spalding. Pearson up to 6. Spalding trying to hang tough in 7th, but Hattisbeck had a run. He lost some momentum there in the bottom side of turn number 2, and it looks like he'll fall back in line. We're single file all the way back to 9th, which is Edwards. And then it's getting a little hairy behind that because Henning, Kamba, and Shar are all bound. I think Shar's got some right side damage from, it's very minimal. It's right on the right rear corner. Oh, it's actually right on the door. He took a tire from Patchen when Patchen lost the truck. He goes ahead and takes the spots away from both Macy and Kamba. And now Macy works his way around. He's up to 12th. Kamba 13th. Dennis is 14th. Gibson 15th. And we'll go back towards the front because they're closing in on your leader. Top 3 have broken away just a tiny bit. And the leader, who had a half a second in, is down to under 2/10 now. Good run through 3 and 4 for Blevins, and he's got a lot of momentum. Can he get to the inside of turn 1 first? Doesn't even try it, stays in line, backs it up a little bit. He may get another run here and try to work down the backstretch and get turn 3, but I think he's too far back now. That's 6-7 trucks lengths. He may easily drop back just a little bit as well, and that allowed Kitzman and Lamb to catch up, and Stephen Pearson is trying to get into the little bit of draft that you get here and pull his way right up there to 5th place. May have figured out where he can get his run and is now content to sit here and ride for just a little bit. I'm talking about the 24 of Blevins, but now he works the crossover line. He may try to get the nose inside. That's very tight right there. He goes to the outside of the second dog leg. Now cut the truck back underneath. Just not enough momentum. Lost too much trying to get it out of the high line. Now we'll go back here because Kitzman has got company. That's Nick Lamb in the 67. He was right on him getting into 3, and he backed off a little bit. If you're really close, I think the front of these trucks get a little tight when you're in the middle of the corner. Easily still sitting in 3rd. He is looking like he just wants to ride for a while. See what these two up front do. If they make a mistake, then maybe he'll try to capitalize. Spalding settled into the 8th spot behind Hattisbeck, and he has stayed right there. Edwards has stayed behind him. Henning, Haar, and Macy all the way through 12th. Camba's a little ways off. He fell back about 8 truck lengths. Dakota Dennis right behind. That's about 4 or 5 truck lengths for the 19 truck. Back to the front. These guys look like right now maybe they are just cruising, logging laps. We'll probably see some action with about 15 to go. Relatively certain that everybody has to pit. I think they run a 50% fuel, and you can't get 60 laps. I don't think you can get 60 laps on a full tank here anyway, but $16 in the books, 44 to go. And that gap up front isn't changing. It looks like Easley now has closed in on Blevins. And when he got to the entry of turn one, he backed up a little. Now he's got a big run down the backstretch. Pulled out very late. And he'll keep the inside as Blevins moves wide in 3 and 4. Easley's going to make that move to the inside. He's going to stay there through 1 and 2. Trying not to push the truck, trying not to superheat the tires. He gets the job done, moving to P2. Blevins is back to third, and now Kitzman and Lamb have worked the draft a little bit, and they are starting to close in. They're probably picking up the draft from Blevins. Pearson, Spalding, and Hattisbeck all look like they're content to sit here and go nose to tail and try to get through pit stops. They're about 3 seconds behind the leaders right now. And in the time it took Easley to pass Blevins, Kitzman caught up, but Durand pulled out to over 0.6 of a second. So Kitzman, last week's winner, knocking on the podium door again. Let's go back a little deeper, take a look. Here's Elijah Fisher in 20th. Right in front of him is the actual spot is the 8 truck of Everett. That 40 truck is a lap down. And the 40 of Todd Bear is a lap down. Sean Patch is still making laps. They got a lot of it fixed, but not all. There goes the 2 truck, Elijah Fisher. He's going to be the first to go to pit road on lap 21. We'll watch his pit stop. Leaders are coming out of 4. They're going to put him a lap down. Away he goes. He is still going to be back here about 25th, but he is going to have fuel and tires. So we'll go back to the front. It's still just over 0.6 of a second, first to second, but now Kitzman got around Blevins, and he's only about a half a second in back of Easley. Lamb is working on that 4th place truck. He's looking to take another spot and move Blevins back to 5th. He'll get it done in 1 and 2. So Lamb up to 4th. Blevins is back to 5th. Pearson, Hassback, Henning, and now Spalding side by side with Henning. Spalding's starting to fall off the pace a little. He is way to the outside. He's running that Kyle Larson line down there in turns 3 and 4. He'll go wide in 1 and 2. He gets a good run across the center and up to the exit. Henning is able to pull in front. I think Spalding said, I need you to go so I can get back in line and we can draft back to these guys. But now here comes Kitzman. Going to make a move on Easley. He'll get the job done going into 1 and 2. So Kitzman moving forward. 6 spots improved since we dropped the green flag. We're on about a 20-lap run here. We've only seen 1 truck make it to pit road. I think within the next 5 to 8 laps, we'll start seeing groups of trucks pit. Still 3/4 to 0.8 of a second, first to second. And Kitzman already out about 0.4 on Easley. Easley has got almost a second on 4th place Nick Lamb. And then Blevins is about 0.8 behind that. That's your top 5 right now. Hattisbeck around Pearson. And Pearson's on pit road. Pearson and Macy both on pit road. Did not see him head in, but I can tell you that they are about to head out. Jesse Macy rolling off. There goes Stephen Pearson. They went in close together, and they will come out nose to tail, so they'll have fresh skin. We may see 2 pit stops here. We may not. It looks like the front guys are really trying to stretch it. So we still got 21 on the lead lap. It's about 19 seconds between first and 20th. Kitzman maintaining about 3/4 of a second. He's got about a second on Easley. And Easley's got about a half a second on Lamb. Blevins is still 5th. Hattisbeck is 6th. Henning and Spalding 7 and 8. Edwards 9. And Gibson in that 10th spot. There's Shane Harr, the 22. He's 11th. We haven't seen any of those guys head for pit road. Brock Bigelow pitted at some point. I think he might have pitted on the first caution. And he is running 12th right now. Quite a ways back. Looking like about 10 seconds off of the lead. Little change at the front. It's about a 10th less the gap now from first to second. We're across halfway, so we're going to see who gets ready to start pitting. There comes one right there. That's Kip Easley peels off. He's going to head for pit road. Easley will hit his pit box. Kitzman. Durand on the pit road. Your leader drops off, heads for pit road. So Kitzman's going to go lead the lap. We'll see if he pits the next time around. We're in the back half. 28 laps to go. We crossed halfway just a minute ago. Kitzman's down the backstretch. Durand finally gets to his pit box, overshoots it, had to back up. Easley's already out on track. He's a lap down. Kitzman is on pit road, so is Lamb. So they're all starting to come each lap now. There's somebody got sideways, it looks like. 17 truck. Well, maybe it wasn't the 17. I thought that was the 17 that was sideways. Spalding leaving pit road. There goes Dakota Dennis leaving pit road. Austin Householder also leaving pit road. There goes Michael Everett. He's leaving pit road. That was U. Escobar that was sideways. He's now rolling off of pit road. Nick Lamb. And Lamb is coming out. I've lost. Craig Bristol, your leader currently. Blevins is in and Gibson are both in pit road. Durand looks like he might be the driver that's going to be second here, and he's probably going to have the lead again. Easley is second. What happened to Kitzman? Kitzman must have gotten a penalty because, man, he is way on back. Or when he overshot his pit, it really took him a long time to get backed up because he is way back here. I mean, he is a long ways behind Durand even. Bristol getting past both sides at the same time coming out of 2. The leader way off pace. And he's a couple of seconds slow on those old tires, and he's going to go to pit road. It looks like this time he's down on the apron, letting guys go by. He'll head to pit road. There goes Kitzman to go by him. Durand had already gotten himself unlapped. And Justin Durand will pass Craig Bristol right here on pit road. And Durand goes back to the lead with 25 to go. Easily about a second and a half behind. And then Elijah Fisher, who pitted on lap 20, he runs third about 4.6 seconds off the lead. Stephen Pearson, who pitted at about lap 25, is in fourth, but Nick Lamb is trying to take a spot from him. So Lamb will go to fourth. Bear and Macy. Macy back on pit road. I thought he just left pit road a couple of laps ago. That's not going to work very well. Kitzman is 11th and about 16 seconds behind your leader. So problems on pit road, and Kitzman, he's going to need a caution to catch back up, I think. Durand and Easley have this thing well in hand. Wow, carving between trucks. Right there between Craig Bristol and Travis Edwards. He went outside of Bristol, inside of Edwards, cut it down, getting in the corner. He's going to lose a little bit of time, but he's going to hang on to the track position. So he's 1.8 seconds behind the leader. Lamb is up to third. And that's Frank Ranger. And I'm not sure if he's passing Ranger or Ranger's passing him. We just got the camera to him. And is that Macy again? Oh, he is having all kind. He must be speeding, getting on and off pit road. So Jesse Macy having a bad night. Oh, no. He has been to the pits 3 or 4 times now. And that's terrible. Terrible news that he did not get fuel on the first one. So we're watching easily. Let's go back a little further. Henning is 9th. Spalding is 10th right now. These guys back here about 12 seconds off the lead. Perfect pit stop for the 23. I thought he overshot his pit, but maybe he didn't, because he is way out in front of these guys. That or everybody else had worse troubles than he did. Easily still running second. Lamb about 4 seconds behind him. Blevins about 7/10 of a second back. He needs to dispatch these lap trucks. And maybe he'll have a chance to start closing in on that 67 right there. He's going to dispatch the last one of them right here down the front stretch and into turns 1 and 2. I think that's Ranger that he's going by. It's got a good green feel to it. Haddisback is right there as well, so Blevins has got to go. He's got 5th position right behind him, and he did not clear the 17 of Ranger that time. Stephen Pearson, still 6th, a good distance off. He is nearly 11 seconds off of the pace. There goes somebody to pit road. I think that's Elijah Fisher going in again. So it's about right. Fisher splitting this up into 3 runs. I think everybody else decided 1 or 2. I mean, 1 pit stop, 2 runs. And they'll let the chips fall where they may. You can be faster, but you've got to get 100% out of the truck at all times. And that last pit stop, that 30, 35 seconds that you are on pit road from the time you leave the racing surface till you return, that's going to be the detriment when you try to make this into a 2 pit stop race. But Durand driving away from Easley now. He's got it out to 2.6 seconds. Lamb is still about 3.5 seconds behind Easley in third. Blevins is tucked in behind him. That's about 7/10 of a second. Hattisback, Pearson, Bigelow. Bigelow running in 7th. Was super fast in the pre-race practice session. That speed has not transferred out to the race. Henning in 8th, Spalding is 9th, and Kitzman now in 10th. And Kitzman still 16 seconds behind the leader. Gibson, Dennis, that's 11 and 12. Camba 13th. Householder 14th. Haar is 15th. There's a 22 truck. Harold 16th. Edwards is 17th. Bristol 18th. Ranger, and he's in the middle of that battle, 2nd and 3rd right there. He is a lap down in 19th. And then Hugh Escobar back here as Kitzman goes by him in 20th. So we're under 15 to go. 3.4 seconds now. Durand, 30.69. 30.66 for Lamb. 30.59 for Hattisbeck. And 30.45 last lap for Blevins. So Blevins, the quickest car on the track. But he is just mired back there in 4th place, and he really hasn't gone anywhere. Hasn't lost any ground, but he hasn't made up any either. They are spread out all around this track. Unless somebody makes an individual mistake, I think we stay green all the way to the end here. They are encompassing the Texas Motor Speedway. All the way around, there are trucks spread out. You see a couple of clumps. 2 here, 3 there. This little battle right here. It's Pearson, Spalding, Bigelow are all together. And Bigelow will take the spot from Pearson. The door's open enough. If Spalding can get there, he's going to take a spot as well. We are going to come down. It's going to be 10 to go. The next time Durand crosses under the flag stand. It's going quickly, folks. Not much in the way of caution. I think we had just the one early. And it's been pretty green and clean so far. It's out to 4.5 seconds. Easily still second. Blevins is still third, but Nick Lamb is closing. As they go past Craig Bristol there in the 39 truck. The Lamb is closing. So the final step on the podium not decided with 10 to go. Durand has clear racetrack. 79 of Harold, the next car, and it's a single car. Should be an easy pass. That time by Stephen Henning, the quickest car on the track. And Henning is back in 6th. You get green flag pit stops. This is kind of what you get. Guys get spread out, and then you're playing catch up. Trying to catch the guy that did the best job getting on and off pit road. Durand won the pole, took off, and he has led all of it. Except for the time that he was on pit road, which I think he gave up 3 laps. Maybe a few more than that, maybe 5. Because he went in and Kitzman led a lap, and then Bristol led a handful before he went to pit. 7 remaining. It is 5.3 seconds. And now Blevins has eked away from Lamb just a little bit. Lamb ran him down. They passed a lap car a few laps ago, and since then, Blevins has pulled out to a little over a second. '23 having his way tonight. Easily the class of the field this evening. He'll come around for the wave lap. 5 to go. I want to see because Lamb is still about 1.2 seconds back. His lap times just aren't any quicker. Hattisbeck still 5th, Henning 6th. Kitzman now up to 7th. He has made a run through the field, just not enough. And he is still like 16 seconds in rears of Durand there. So he's picking off trucks. He's just not gaining any track position on the leader. Racing for points. The 2 truck went on by. Pearson was on pit road. He's going to either be short fuel or short tires, one or the other. So we're coming around. It's 3 laps to go. Durand has been the dominant truck all night long. 5.5 seconds now out in front of Kip Easley. Blevins is trying to reel Easley in. I think it's just too little, too late. Still in 3rd. Two laps to go. The last time they went under the flag stand, we're going to be coming around to get the white flag. And unless something crazy happens once he crosses under there, it's going to pretty much be over. He'll just have to keep it straight for one more circuit. And Justin Durand is going to have a dominating win. So far, 2 weeks that we've been covering this, both wins have been in dominant fashion. Easily still second. Blevins is 3rd. And Blevins has a 1.5 seconds on Lamb, so I don't think he's in any danger of losing that unless he runs out of tires or runs out of gas. But out of turn 4, Texas Motor Speedway. The Midwest Truck Series, the victory goes to Justin Durand. Kip Easley in 2nd. And Corey Blevins coming home in 3rd. Lamb and Hattisbeck 4 and 5. Start looking for some of our drivers. Going to move these guys, and then I'll move them in here. Durand and Easley, I don't see. I see Justin Durand. I do not see Kip Easley, but he should hopefully make his way to us, and we'll get a chance to talk to him here in just a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Everybody there. Now let's get him in here. Well, he's going to move the truck, so we'll give him another second. Corey Blevins, you got a copy?
Yes.
All right, it's Roger Wagner up in the booth. Didn't look like it was easy, but it did look like you finally figured some things out, and you were able to hold your own there in 3rd the last half of the race.
Yeah, it was. I I thought maybe I might have a shot if those top two ran out of fuel there at the end. I was kind of hoping, but held my ground. Yeah, I did lose quite a bit of ground on that first run. It kind of worried me a little bit, just because of the way that I really wore out that right front tire. So, which is really easy to do here. So, yeah, third's pretty good. Pretty happy with that.
Yeah, it looked like, initially we get the first caution there on like lap 2, and then after that, a couple of guys went with two-stop strategies. Most of you went with a single stop. How rough were the tires there the last few laps of both of those runs?
Yeah, they were worse the first go around, for sure, that I noticed, probably just because we were on the first set. There towards the end, they were starting to go slowly. I noticed, because I was catching the 21 there, and then it just kind of just stalled out. So, but all in all, really good effort. I'm really proud of third place.
All right, man. Well, give us some shout-outs, and we'll let you go celebrate with your team.
Yeah, Keys Architects and Associates, been a really long time sponsor based in Louisville, Kentucky. And then I make all my paint schemes, Blevins Design. Just shoot me a message if you need paint schemes.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and congrats on a great run. We'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Yep, appreciate it, man.
Corey Blevins. We don't have Kip easily yet, so what we're going to do... Whoa, we lost our guy. Where'd our guy go? Where did Justin go? I had him. I had him down here. Where did he go? We've lost all of our drivers, folks. I'm sorry about that. I had Durand in the interview room ready to come in, and he left the Discord. Blevins, Dennis, Spalding, yeah. I don't think we're going to get to talk to any of these guys. It's unfortunate because I wanted to talk to Mr. Durand about how dominating that run was, and it looks like neither he nor Easley are going to be in our chat right now. Well, we'll give them a chance to come back. What we'll do here is we'll show you the results and see if either one of them come back. Durant, Easley, and Blevins was 1, 2, 3. Nick Lamb put up a good fight, lost some ground there at the very end. He comes home 4th. Haddis back in 5th. Henning 6th. Kitzman 7th after what I have to figure is a hold penalty in the pits because he was right on Durand when they went in. Like, he went in the next lap, and he was right on him when Durand went in, and then he's 17 seconds back after pit stop. So I got to think that was some kind of on-track penalty there. Bigelow 8th, Spalding 9th, Gibson 10th. Dennis 11th, Kamba 12th. 13th was Householder. Har in 14th. Harold in 15th. Edwards 16th. Bristol was 17th. Ranger 18th. Escobar 19th. Green in 21st. Pearson 22nd. Everett 23rd. Macy. Rough night for him. I guess the pit crew did not do the job on the first pit stop nor the second pit stop, and he had to go multiple times, so he lost a bunch of laps and ends up 24th. Bear in 25th and Patch in 26th. I wish Mr. Durand would come back, and I so do wish that Easley would come back as well, but I don't guess we're going to get a chance to talk to those guys, unfortunately. So we're going to miss a few things on our broadcast tonight. But before we get out of here, tomorrow night, about the same time, about 8:15 Eastern Time, we will go live. Red Driver Mighty Midgets, doubleheader. They will do back-to-back shows. 2 different formats, but they'll do the same cars. That'll wrap up the week for us. Appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for keeping the chat lively. It's always fun to watch the chat go, be able to interact with you guys, so we appreciate that. And we appreciate you being here. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to do this. And without all the awesome leagues giving us great racing like you saw right here tonight, there's nothing for us to cover. Everybody gets a pat on the back there. Until we see you the next time, peace and love to everybody. The rough side always faces down.